Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that is going through a process where they learn to admit they deserve love or set aside some of the insecurities or maybe even some of the betrayals or difficulties of their past so that they can actually be open and love someone, putting to rest whatever has prevented them from letting somebody get that close. So we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. This is somebody who knows that when they get things sorted in their own life, when they're able to feel better about themselves, that what they really want to do is find a way to be with you. All right, let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. I made a big old mistake in my last reading and didn't check my internet. It was still on the old service, not the new, because I still have both right now. So I unplugged that device. Hopefully that won't happen again, but that's why we had another buffering issue this morning. Sorry, guys. This is a part 2. Part 1 I've put in the live chat, but I'll also add to the regular comments afterwards. But this is feeling like the rest of that story where we had somebody with the Knight of Cups that was deciding, even though I've had a lot of reasons, told to me why I should avoid commitment or why I should not pursue this person that I really like, really love, I'm going to do it anyways. So they've gone through some healing, become more independent. All right. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Dwayne. Hello, Vichitata. Hello, Upper Echelon. How are we doing? Hello, Redbeard. If you're interested, I do offer personal readings. My email address is in the description box below, wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. And soon I will be offering memberships. I'm kind of excited about that. So hopefully you join. All right, we've got the 7 of Swords. Oh no, I dropped one. The 9 of Cups. And the King of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody who has probably had a reputation of just thinking about themselves, not being very accommodating or compassionate. They would say exactly what they meant in certain situations, not always. And if it hurt somebody's feelings, so be it. This was not the type of person to put frosting on a difficult situation. They're going to give it to you straight. And if you're upset about it, they're going to tell you it is what it is, or it could have been worse, or what are you getting so upset about? Not a lot of like flowery, fluffy vibes here, right? Just life's not fair. Get over it. King of Cups in the reverse, the Tower, and the High Priestess in the reverse. It's a lot of reversed people. There's something that has changed for this person. I've been, relatively cold or distant, didn't really want to let anybody in, didn't want to feel an emotional connection to people because I find that just disappoints me. They didn't like it, right? I don't want you to know me. I don't want to know you. I don't trust people. But the High Priestess in the reverse makes me feel like something collapsed or crumbled for them because of this determination to keep people out. They were the architect of their own suffering because they avoided loving someone or because they tried to. Yes, Peggy, I support this idea. Hello, Tim. How are you doing? What else do we have? Page of Cups, Four of Swords in the reverse, and Strength in the reverse. What I perceived as strength, keeping people away from me, I now realize it prevented me from healing. It's like if your options were to go through life after a difficult situation or to just hit pause, it's like they just hit pause. I didn't change from it. I didn't learn from anything. I didn't adapt. I just stay the same course. I don't let other people sway me from my decision to be on my own. But they have figured out that what they chose or the approach they've taken, it has only weakened the foundation in their life. Thank you, Vichitata. Hello, April. How are you doing? A catbot army. I love it. I think they would have very great conversation skills. That's just my guess. Although I would eventually have to probably tell them that I had no treats, no tuna. Wait, actually, I think I do still have some cat treats. So we've got 10 of Cups in the reverse, the King of Rings or the King of Pentacles in the reverse, and the 8 of Wands. So I've lost love. I've avoided love. I didn't want to be reliable. I didn't want to let anybody in. I didn't want to have that, come home from work and somebody asks you how your day was. Until now. This could be somebody who really just doesn't like people. And then they met you. You're just too delightful. There's something about you. And they kind of hate it and love it at the same time. Like, I was doing so good not falling in love with people. People were just kind of disappointment. And then you had to come along. And then I was like, oh, you're so cool. Now I have to fall in love with somebody. Like, it's this like bittersweet, right? You proved that there's beauty in the world or that there are genuine souls out there. And I love that. But also, like, I kind of wanted to be right. And I kind of wanted to, like, keep that thing going because it was working for me. They're torn. They don't know how to feel about it. Hello, Lemonade. How are we doing? Hello, Katie. How are we doing? Hello again, Rachel. How's your day? We've got Grip in the reverse. Access granted in the reverse. I don't want to let go or let anybody in. This is somebody who's coming through like the personification of an armored truck. Can't come through here. I don't want you to know me. They're just like, get away. And you're like selling Girl Scout cookies, you know? Who can say no? You got through their perimeter. You crossed the moat. You got into the castle. You stole their flag. I don't make a lot of video game jokes, but I'll try every now and then. Negotiator and meeting in the reverse. So they avoid you. Like you're sick. because they know at some point they're going to have to actually make a decision, or they're going to have to actually put in the effort. Make a declaration of love, because they've already put in a lot of effort. This is somebody who's already gone through some healing, but no amount of healing has removed this pull or this connection with you. So they're trying to figure out, maybe I need to see this person. Maybe I need to stop avoiding them and just admit that I want them in my life. Thank you, Rachel. Nightlife, gamble, take a risk, Vegas, and irreconcilable differences, divorce final. This is somebody who probably believes that showing up on your doorstep would make your jaw drop. They probably told you it was over. They probably told you they didn't really know where they left their heart, but if they found it, they would give you a call. Obviously, that's not what they said. They didn't want to roll around in that feeling of love. They wanted to run away like, don't hate me. I'm just trying to be funny. We all do it, right? We all run away from things that get a little too serious. It's deciding you want to like stop doing that we're all working towards, or, trying to maintain, right? This is the Santa Muerte. They won't get the host again. You're funny up, Regeline. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Knight of Wands. Can you hear it? They ran away. I know I could make you a love offer, but that's scary. And then they realized, if I really do want this person in my life, I'm going to have to find that courage. I'm going to have to get over whatever it is that makes me feel like I can't have a relationship. Hierophant in the reverse is that non-committal energy, but I also feel like it's somebody who's willing to take an unconventional approach, because we did have the risk card come out. I'm willing to take a gamble. I'm willing to do something a little bit crazy for love. Because with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, there's nobody else this person is thinking about the way they think about you. They never wanted to let anybody stick around until they met you. You may have a lot of fire in your chart. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But ever since they walked away, or ever since there's been this distance between the two of you, there's just this consistent pull. I mean, look at this. Either you or they, one of you, your little bony little hands are really right up in there grabbing that heart. Okay? They can't go anywhere. I got you by the heart. I mean, it sounds pretty dangerous. You might have been a little bit difficult to say no to. They may feel like they did whatever they could to avoid falling in love, but you were just persistent. Or you were just so darn lovable. That's how this person feels. Grab their heart. It's mine. I'll give it back to you someday. Nine of Cups. Four of Wands in the reverse. And the Page of Pentacles. All right, so now I've decided what I want. Now I've decided I want this person in my life, and I know what doesn't work. I know what I need to address. I need to make it clear that I'm not going to walk away. I'm not going to curl up and try to avoid you. I have to take a new approach. I have to do things differently, or it won't end differently. It'll be the same cycle, right? Hello, Galaxy King. What's happening? Hello, Co-Create. That's a lot. That's a lot of Scorpio. Hello, Dr. Emery. How are we doing? What else do we have? The Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Swords and the Five of Cups in the reverse. It's one of those cards I love to see in the reverse. I'm not going to remain stuck. I'm not going to pretend in my head that everything's fine when I know it's not. If I want this person in my life, then I need to make a change, or I need to make an effort to get the conversation going, because there's some truth here that they have kept hidden. We've got that Knight of Swords in the middle. He's swallowing the sword representing truth. So there's something here, and it's not like I ate your leftovers that one night you couldn't find your burrito. It's something big, right? I didn't tell it to you because it was kind of difficult for me to say. Something that they've done or something that they feel, it's not second nature for them to be able to like have those conversations. Could be something they need to apologize for, or something that is difficult to share that happened to them in the past. Hey, Laura. You're right. You know what? I take it back. Don't eat anybody else's burrito. That's actually a pretty big sin. I hear it's going to be like number 11 for the 10 Commandments. I mean, don't eat the burrito, but yeah, there are more serious things. Enchiladas. No, I'm just kidding. You guys tell I'm hungry. We got Justice. Knight of Spears or Knight of Pentacles. And the Ten of Swords. If I want to have a life with this person that I finally admit to myself that I love, then what I have to do is not easy. I do think this is someone who basically starts a new life. I can't be around these negative influences. It could be a family member. Well, this could all be plural, right? It could be family members. It could be friends. It could be exes. It could be a working situation, or even just where they live. But part of the reason they were so avoidant in terms of how they feel for you is the expectations that would come from knowing that. But they're looking at it differently now. It's more of a to-do list versus justification for ignoring how you feel. What do I have to do to get back to this person? What do I have to do to be able to make an offer? Because I don't like that it's over. I don't want it to be over. For others of you, this divorce card or this irreconcilable differences card is somebody they have to end things with. I can't be, your roommate. I can't continue to see you after we broke up. I can't be your friend. I can't work here. They have to end something in order to be with you. So we have the Emperor, somebody who's taking care of business, standing up and doing what they need to, because they know that there's somebody that they've kept around, or somebody that has been, in their inner circle that is not trustworthy. This is somebody who has ulterior motives. This could be somebody they did not tell you very much about. That's why the first part of this reading was talking about somebody coming back around and they're actually single this time. For some of you, this person, yes, though being non-committal, they were in a relationship with somebody that was okay with them being relatively non-committal, you know? For others of you, this is their realizing I need to walk away from this community, or I need to be a little bit more selective with my friends. There's an ending that enables them to have a beginning with you. And here's that Knight of Cups. So if I walk away from that negative influence, that means that I could make you a love offer and we could be, you know, together. We have the Fool. They're making plans and taking action towards a new chapter in their life. It feels to them unnatural. It feels to them like they might not make it. It's like, I'm not a runner, okay? But I did do some running. I don't even really know why, but I signed up for a 5K. Did a little bit of training for it. I kind of hated it, but tried to like it, right? I tried. This is somebody who's like, I know I can do the running. I just don't know if I really want to. But I'm going to. This is work you need to know you need, or work you know you need to do, but you haven't done. You procrastinated for a while, and now you're finally doing it. Why? Because I want this new beginning. Hello, Malcolm. How are you doing today? Hello, Phoenix Thunder. What's happening? Yeah, that makes sense. We've got Queen of Swords in the reverse. And the Eight of Spheres, which is the Eight of Pentacles. There's somebody who is being pretty critical of the King of Swords in the reverse. With it being a Queen of Swords in the reverse, for many of you, this is an X. The King and Queen of Swords can be X's, especially in the reverse. There's somebody that has been told off, or things have, come to an end because this King of Swords is saying, I'm moving on. I'm doing something different. This isn't what I want to do anymore. There's no future here for me. Or if they're in a relationship, kind of a half-ass one probably, then they're ending that. But it's all about that work that I've been avoiding, that thing that I wasn't, really sure I wanted to do. I'm doing it now because I want to be with this person. Hello, Ralph. How are you doing? Queen of Wands and the Queen of Spheres, or the Queen of Pentacles. I'm really happy to see these two cards, and it's kind of difficult to reference because I'm pretty sure it was in the first part, right? The last reading. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in that reading there was a Queen of Wands in the reverse and a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is like basically saying we're correcting that, right? We're dealing with the issues. Probably there was some opportunity to work on money or feel more comfortable with finances. But this is also a reference to the people that you allow in your sphere, the people that are in your inner circle. Are they trustworthy? Are they people that would be familiar with accountability? How do you feel when you're around them? Nobody needs to be perfect, but we should all be working towards improving our connections, right? And being a better person tomorrow than we were today. We have somebody here who has more confidence, somebody who feels like they've been able to make significant change so that they can finally go make an offer. All right, this is the Golden Lenormand. Aw, thanks, James. That's awesome. Redbeard, are you saying you wouldn't trust yourself? What else do we have? We have number 19 and number 8. 19 is the Tower, and I apologize if you get sick of me saying this every time, but the Tower in the Lenormand is different than the Tower in the Tarot. The Tower is more about, like, well, you can see there's not any destruction happening, right? This is not so much about something changing in the moment, things, going a little haywire, like in the Tarot. This is about connections. This could be a reference to a workplace. This could be a reference to a family. This is like connections, right? There is an ending happening with regards to who these individuals are surrounding this King of Swords in the reverse. They're realizing I need to be a little bit more selective with my friends, or I need to, lessen the toxicity or the drama that I've been putting up with. It's just not worth it. So we have number 29, which is the Woman, and number 21, the Mountain. I feel like I should just give a little shout out to Mountain Girl, just because, like, that would be you, right? Hopefully she sees this. This is somebody who is willing to climb every mountain. They're putting in the work because they want to be able to be in a relationship with somebody that they love. Doesn't mean they're in love with a woman. Doesn't have to be that. Take it how it resonates. This is either somebody who's willing to climb a mountain for the love that they have, or somebody who's climbing a mountain to get to this person, right? But it's those challenges or obstacles, those things that I needed to do in order to be able to propose or be in a relationship with somebody. They used to seem so difficult, but now it's like obviously worth it to me. This is What's the News. What else do we have? Frenemy. Got to be selective when it comes to the people that you have in your immediate circle. Fake friends, two-faced, hidden intentions, tiptoeing, avoiding getting caught, acting shady, sneaking around. This is not trusting energy. This is not the kind of, I guess this is probably why our King of Swords in reverse has struggled to trust people. If this is the kind of people that they have been dealing with that, maybe don't know how to be supportive friends, or maybe there's actually like betrayal, disappointment, jealousy. They feel like you're a breath of fresh air. You're so different from the people that they've been dealing with. They really did look for something, though. They really thought you were hiding something. It was a struggle for them to accept that maybe you really just are a good person. So they might know more about you than you think. I'm not trying to creep you out, but I think they were trying to figure out if you lied about who you were dealing with, or, what your intentions were. And when they did this little snooping around, or when they were looking for dirt, what they found was that you're actually legit. Oh no, did I just fall in love? This person's real and they like me? Head over heels, falling in love, intense emotions. There is an offshoot here. For some of you, this is, I would put it at like 20% of you. For those 20% of you, this King of Swords in the reverse has been admitting to themselves they need to distance themselves from a community that has been really toxic. But before they made that decision, there was a friend who they asked to look into you. This friend was the detective. And that friend fell in love with you too. So that's not for all of you. But for some of you, if this person was paranoid enough to ask a friend, quote unquote, to research you or figure out like what your deal is, that other person started feeling intense emotions for you as well. Dun dun dun. Oh no, that sounds really complicated, Carmen. It sure do. All right. This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. What else do we have? Classic. Hello, Illuminati. How are you doing? Does it really? I haven't seen it in forever. I mean, that's like the script of a lot of them, though. So we've got faith, hope, inspiration, cooperation, rejuvenation, admittance, and allow. This is our love interest that has proven to be genuine. Probably that would be you. And apprentice. Higher education, knowledge, beliefs, and wisdom. There are people that think you're crazy. There are people that think you don't see life the way it really is. And I think you know that. And I don't think you're really that bothered because you know that sometimes you can't really convince people to see things. Well, really, you can't ever. I mean, sometimes maybe, but like, you got to appreciate that we all have a different perspective, right? Depending on where we're standing, depending on what we've been through. But you aren't letting those negative influences around you affect you the way that maybe this King of Swords in reverse has. There's something, I kind of want to use the word like effervescent or enduring. You might kind of get under people's skin in like the most lovable way, and they don't know how to get rid of you. They're like, why do I keep thinking about this person? I can't stop. So yeah, they're finding a way to get back around to seeing you, make some effort to demonstrate for you, not just tell you that they've changed and they want to make a love offer. If they have not already found out that there might be somebody else interested in you, they're about to. For those, 80% of you where this person doesn't have a fake friend who also fell in love with you, there's a new person in your life who's falling in love with you. But whoever resonates with this reading, there's romantic like competition. Because we have uncover and shadow. It's like, I'm over here doing what I think I need to do. I'm going to get ready to go like propose, or I'm going to get ready to say, I think I'd really like to be in a committed relationship with you. I've done all of this work. And then I find out this person is interested in you as well. Somebody I know or somebody you know. Either way, it ain't good for me, right? Oh, thank you, Co-Create. I appreciate that. Yeah, good point. So, quite the conundrum because they've been working, right? They've been getting to this point where they're ready to make this love offer to you, but they were not at all expecting that there would be someone else, especially if it's their own friend, that they would be competing with. So they're a little bit uncomfortable right now. Happy Saturday, Stephen. How are you doing? So we've got the Page of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So there are some people who might get a little bit upset over the fact that this King of Swords in the reverse is deciding they want to make a love offer. We did pull the engagement card. This is somebody who's thinking about the long term, like actually getting married, living together, the whole thing, right? But those that they've been surrounded by or that they've been friends with, they struggle to be supportive of this. And I think that's why we have a decision from the King of Swords in the reverse to not really tell very many people. I know what your reaction would be. You've already made it clear in the past when I've told you about this person or when, you've seen us together. So if I tell you the truth, it's only going to be trouble. Maybe I'll just move in silence, not tell anybody, or I'll let you know when I'm there, when things are done, because I know you would try to impact my decision. I know you would try to make me feel like that's not the right decision for me. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Wheel. This Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, for many of you, is a specific person, but also a way of living. I don't want to be surrounded by people that I cannot trust. I don't want to be living a life of lack, wondering how things would be if I had done the work. Instead, I'm going to walk away from this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and opt for a change. I want something new. I want to feel like I am dealing with people that I can trust. It sure seems like it. What else do we have? Eight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. They cannot stop thinking about you. It's becoming more and more almost like obsessive. They feel like what they have to do is find a way to make things right. They're really struggling to think about anything else, or maybe even struggling to sleep at night. They might have been writing some letters, trying to find a gift that they could, give you. What can I do to make sure that when I come back around, it's not just sounding like I'm lying about making changes? I need you to know that I really did leave that person, or I really did walk away from that community. I'm not that person anymore. I mean, it's looking pretty true. I think the thumbnail I chose was, are they real? They're being for real. They're walking away from this. They don't want to deal with this person anymore. They don't want to live that life anymore. Empress in the reverse is our Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Again, depending on your situation, it's a specific person and or the way that they've been living, dealing with people they can't trust. Page of Cups and the Hanged Man. So now they're at a point where they feel like they're ready to commit. They're ready to make an offer, but it's the offer itself that has them hesitating. How do I make this offer? How do I make it clear that I'm serious and I'm not just messing around? This is really difficult for them to make a decision on because this is not something that they've ever done. This is the Love Oracle. Second chance, reconciliation, making amends, opportunity. Releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away. And healing. So the things that they knew they needed to walk away from, like that fake friend of theirs or the family that wasn't very supportive, they finally said, I think now I really do need to make that decision. I really need to choose better for myself. So we've got the twin flame card, and it says mirroring, shared feelings, and reflection. So remember, not everyone is in a twin flame connection or on a twin flame journey. And remember that the most important thing with regards to a twin flame journey is that you really learn that you deserve love, that you deserve respect, and that how you treat yourself indicates to others how they should treat you. When you go through the healing and the learning that you need to regarding that self-love and self-respect, you make it that much more likely that you and your twin flame will actually reunite in this lifetime. Those of you where it's not a twin flame connection, this is saying you are experiencing the same feelings, the same emotions. That's fair. I agree. Hello, average Dutch guy. Welcome. I hope you're having a good day. And then we've got mistakes, misunderstood, victim, and lost soul. This is somebody who felt like nobody ever understood them. That would get very lonely. If you feel that way right now, don't give up hope. There is somebody that understands you or will understand you. But I feel for the majority of you, this is a reading about somebody who already feels that way about you. You actually understand me, and I didn't think that was possible. I didn't think I would find somebody that would make me feel seen. Abandoned, left out, walked away, cold, and family. I do feel like they have been abandoned or felt abandoned by their family at some point. And at this point, it's making them feel maybe it's time for me to walk away from the people who aren't really there for me, right? Why should I be loyal when they don't seem to care about me? They're releasing and healing from the connections that have made them feel burned out on actually trusting people. And that's making them realize that maybe they actually are capable of trusting you. Hello, Stacy. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for being awesome. What else do we have? Open hearts. Receptive, empathy, vulnerable. Do you want to know what the key to happiness is? This. Have an open heart. Now, I would also argue that I stay happy because I'm goofy. I make stupid jokes. I don't care if people laugh at me. All of these little things help, right? But if you have an open heart, if you have a willingness to let people who are genuine, because you use your discernment, in, you can experience those connections and that companionship that make you feel like you're not alone. This person feels like they're alone. Sorrow, loss, grief, depression, and stress, turbulence, tension, and arguments. They've gone through a lot of loss and grief on their own. They may feel more comfortable starting arguments than letting somebody see them cry, but there is a vulnerability that they seem to be capable of around you because they feel comfortable around you. So whoever is going through all that, send you a big old hug, okay? You're not alone. But having that willingness to open up your heart to somebody who wants to be good to you it's becoming more appealing to them. Because this conflict with their family or their community, their friends, is making it that much more clear to them that what they thought was where they belonged is not where they belong. And that maybe with you is where they belong. Oh, I love that. Just a bunch of flowers over here. Peace, balance, harmony, and friendship. Even if it's platonic love, being able to give and receive or trust people in that context is important. And I do feel like they've been able to make progress on that front. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you on the next reading. Toodles.